league, did he? It was the players that won it.
Well, I always think it was the players. They had a fantastic team spirit, great determination. Yep. Apart from incredibly talented, they were a fantastic unit.
And I've got a little question for you. Just after that game,
yeah,
what was Sean Wright-Phillips like after that game? He must have come in and celebrated.
Got to remember,
right?
And Nader Manua.
Yeah.
And Jibril Cisse, if I remember.
Who?
Jibril Cisse as well. I think he was celebrating as well because United had not won it. And what was Joey Barton like?
Never saw him.
Yeah.
Never saw him. Not none of them came in our dressing room.
No.
Especially Joey Barton.
Yeah.
He probably wouldn't have got out. I think they were chuffed because they stayed up, didn't they?
Yeah.
That was their cup final to them,
but
staying up.
By the end of the game, you could actually see on if you looked at Sean Wright-Phillips, you could actually see the delight in his face because we'd won the league. Because he is a blue through and through, isn't he?
Oh yeah. I always make him as an example when people ask me about stuff about players being fussy and everything. When Sean Wright-Phillips first got in the team, he would have worn 2 left boots. In the end, I ended up taking about 10 or 11 pairs of boots away from home for him every time, every game away from home, 10, 11, 12 pairs of boots, because you didn't know which ones he wanted. And if you took 9, he'd automatically want the other one.
Yeah.
Did he not do a shirt that had fit him? Because every time I saw him, his shirt looked mild too big.
He was what? Sorry.
Did he never have a shirt that fitted him? Because he always looked too small, too big for him. The shirts.
The shirts were all one size in those days.
Les,
I used to have to. His name. It used to have Sean Wright-Phillips on it, and I used to have to go down the sleeve on each side. They didn't even have templates then. They had individual letters.
Come on.
Is it you who actually did the template for that, Chappie? You know, the way it arched, right, Phillips? Was it you who came up with that idea?
I had to do it by hand, individual letters at first. It was only in the later days that we got templates with the players' names on. And those, in fact, the letters on his name were fractionally smaller than the others because it was that long, because you had to put a hyphen in between the Wright-Phillips as well.
And then he calls himself SWP on his social media, SWP29. He could have just had that on the back.
Yeah. I did. It didn't have Wright-Phillips on to start with, I don't think. I think he might have had SW Phillips to something like. I'm sure that it wasn't Wright-Phillips at the start. Because I used to think, oh no, righty, another shirt. getting the machine printed the letters. Oh.
At the end, don't give your shirt away to anyone. Just keep hold of it. I'll watch
Les.
Yeah.
Les, just a question. When you say you was doing the shirts individual letters, did you ever mess any up?
Yeah, Hibbert.
No, not for an actual game. No. I can remember. I got young Brandon, who's one of the kit men now. I took him to City and brought him on and taught him the ropes and everything. And I can remember I asked him to go and print Robinho's shirt. Like, he was printing a shirt for this first time. And he did it. And I went to look. I said, what have you done? First of all, it said Robingo. And the N was a bit higher than the other letters. The G was a bit lower. So then that was a standing joke for a while. It was called Robingo.
Oh, brilliant. Right, Les, what do you reckon? Right, how long have you been out of the game as such now?
Regrets.
Leaving.
Yeah.
Leaving my job.
Yeah.
But at the time, I mean, I was like 69 then, so the job was very intense, and I wanted to spend a bit more time at home. Not that I didn't like what I was doing, but I wanted to have a bit more relaxation. Probably if they'd have if they'd have got 2 or 3 more people in to help me on that side, I would probably still be there.
Yeah.
Is he no way back?
No,
in
I
any
don't think so.
any capacity? Because as I say, I was watching some of the City YouTube stuff before, and there's nothing like that now. We have City TV, but it's not the City TV what we used to have when Les Chapman was there.
He's down with the kids now, isn't it?
Oh, gone.
Something.
Hello?
Hello.
He's back. He's back.
What happened then?
No idea.
What you was dodging a
Question.
just said we're just saying City TV now. It's not like the City TV when Les Chapman was there. On some of the stuff what we see now. It's nowhere near what it was like when you was around.
Well, to be fair to Mancini, he would allow any filming at any time with anybody. They don't have the same access now to players. There's not that same interaction. So in those days, I mean, there's millions of videos I've done you'll never see. But the official ones,
that's another show.
The official ones, I can remember Michael Russell, who was in charge of City TV at the time. He was in charge of the filming with the players and staff. And he came over.
Is that New York now, isn't he?
Michael Russell, no, he's still at City.
Yeah,
he's still there.
New York City. Yeah, is he still at City?
Still there.
All
Still
right.
on City TV, yeah. And he came over to Carrington, and he was like thinking, there's not many people here I can do any interview for some light-hearted stuff and that, And then he got introduced to me, and everything changed, he said. So then I started doing a lot of stuff with Michael. But before that, I'd done quite a bit of videoing with a lad called Ed Sully. And there was the other lad, forget his name. They were like IT guys, and they used to do a lot of research into other teams and other players and that. And they did quite a bit of filming with me, promotional videos, but only for internal use.
Right.
I thought he was going to say like underwear stuff and things like that, Les.
No. And then when Sven was there, we used to have 5-a-side competitions each week, and at the end of the month, they kept the same teams, and at the end of the month, the team that had the most points got a prize. They got an envelope with everybody put 20 quid in at the start, and at the end of the month, the 5 who got the most points got an envelope with the money shared out in them. And I used to do the presentation at the end of every month as a different character. I was Shinawatra once, and then I can't tell you 2 or 3 of the other ones.
Oh, you can.
No, I can't. And
nobody listens, Les. There's only us 6 who listen. And my mum's away this weekend. So
one's totally not PC, so I can't say that. But I'd dress up like an halfwit, in the most ridiculous suit you'd ever seen, and a flat cap.
Like a United fan. Like a United fan, that kind of halfwit.
Or a player.
Zebra pants.
And then most of the time when I'd hand them the envelope, I'd do an introduction, then introduce the players for the presentation. Well, all the players were there watching, sat in the chairs on the stage, and the players had invariably give me the envelopes back, and I used to just shove the money in my pocket. So that's how I used to make a few extra bob as well. But I did a lot of internal videos at the time, and then I only started when I started working for City TV really when Pep first came, and there wasn't then the same interaction with the players and stuff. It was difficult to get content and stuff. They do remarkably well, City TV, to get as much content as they do, actually, because they're limited to the access. But I always used to say, well, they should let players do more because it only enhances the reputation with the fans. They love to see the players do it, especially daft stuff and daft games and that. And once the players start doing it, they really enjoy it anyway. But I mean, I know it's difficult, and it is a byproduct of what they're actually at the football club for. But it is important for the fans, I think. And it's a shame that they don't get to see more light-hearted stuff, because I'm sure now there's a lot of fun still to be had in all the dressing rooms.
Well, they're only human after all, aren't they? You know
Of
what I
course
mean?
they are. Absolutely. They're like ordinary human beings like us all.
The dressing room's like key to anything, in it. What
Yeah.
goes on in that dressing room, it's fantastic. It's the camaraderie of it. You get a good dressing room and the game's half won, isn't it?
Yeah, there's nowhere like it. There's nowhere like being in that dressing room. And if there's nothing as good as being a player in a football club. Second best is a member of staff, especially the kit man.
Yeah.
You're with them all the time. If one player's in training or one having treatment, you're there. Every pre-season game, every tour, every post-season game, every training session, every match, you're there. And you're there just doing them a service, looking after them. So you form those relationships and friendships and things. And it's the greatest place to be.
Yeah. Chappie, what one player what's left City during your time there, what's upset you the most?
Upset me the most. You get used to it after so many. You get used to it. I was disappointed when Richard Dunn left. But virtually every player who's left, I would have felt happier if they'd have stayed. But obviously they can't stay forever, and it is sad when some go and you never see them again. And
I suppose in a way it's the same for us as well when players leave, like Aguero just left, David Silva. I suppose it feels the same way, really, apart from it's a bit more personal with you.
Yeah, well, you do form, as I said before, you do form pretty special relationships with some more than others, but some really deep friendships with some people.
Yeah. Are you still in touch with some now?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've been fortunate enough to stay in France with Richard Dunn, and I've interviewed Dzeko, I've interviewed Nigel de Jong in Istanbul, Kolarov, Joe Hart in Turin. I'm still in touch with Paul Bosvelt. There's a character. Paul Bosvelt,
we met him, didn't we, John? Didn't
we
meet
did.
him when we went? We met him somewhere, didn't we? At one of our
Germany.
European games. Germany.
It was Germany. Yeah, it was.
That's right. Yeah.
Brilliant lad. Brilliant lad. Yeah. Bosvelt. Real character. Fantastic. In fact, he came over. I got him tickets for a game a couple of seasons ago. He came over with some friends from Holland, and I sorted him out with tickets, and we had a good day together in one of the private boxes. Yeah, great lad. There's been so many. I mean, you've asked me these questions, and in about 10 minutes after we've finished this conversation, I'll think, oh, crikey, why didn't I mention him so-and-so? We were really good friends.
We'll have you on again, mate, don't worry.
Yeah. I'll have to write them down.
You probably had sort of like a golden era, really. I think sort of like when you were there, like you just said before about the access to places and be able to do stuff for the players. I think now it's, and don't take this the wrong way, but it's far more sort of professional and a closed shop now, isn't it? I think while you were there, it was kind of more open and you could have more fun, and it was less, less professional, shall we say, and it was a lot more fun, I guess.
It was. It's a massive, massive business now, isn't it? Yeah. It's global. City's name is known everywhere, all over the world now, in every country. They're a big name now, and there's more scrutiny on Manchester City. The players are under more scrutiny, and it is very difficult for them to have fun in a way, like outside the football ground. You know, they can't go out like, I don't know which one of any of them drink at all, but they can't behave like players of the past have behaved. They have to toe the line. I mean, it is a short career, but the rewards are just unbelievable. The financial rewards are staggering. So I would think it's not that difficult to like behave yourself for 10 years
No.
Reap those rewards and enjoy yourself for the rest of your life, doing whatever you want to. Never ever having a financial worry for the rest of your life.
Look at the likes of David Silva. You never heard anything bad about him whatsoever.
Diamond.
Nothing. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Aguero again. Just quality professionals.
Very
nice
much
people.
so, yeah.
I bet when you look back, I bet when you have a quiet 10 minutes, Chappie, and you sit back and you think, I've worked with Aguero, I've worked with David Silva,
Tevez,
all these players. You're blessed, really, aren't you? And also, like I said earlier, these players are also blessed having Les Chapman around because, like I said earlier, he's more than just a kit man. He's like a confidant as well. Somebody who's there. So,
well, thanks for that comment. The only massive difference, and very unfortunate for me, I didn't earn anything.
Yeah.
Have you thought of bringing a book out?
I've been asked on a few occasions, and I've got like a couple of publishers around, but I wouldn't want to divulge a lot of stuff to the public, and I wouldn't want to. Oh, I wouldn't like to be sued to start with.
Yeah, you don't want to cash in on their memories, then, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it would. Obviously, all the happy memories and the less controversial stuff, I could. But would that be an interesting book? I don't know.
I'm sure it would.
Yeah, I'm sure it would.
Put me down. Sure it would. Put me down for 2.
Les, how are your daughters doing? I know Tiffany was on the Brookside thing, wasn't she? Your other daughter was a successful netball coach, wasn't she?
Yeah, she coached the Thunder under 21s, and she's just moved into a house about 500 yards from me here in Delft now.
Yeah. Because my friend used to Greenwood, Mike Greenwood and Barry Greenwood, his dad used to do coaching with them.
Yeah.
I think he was either, I don't know if he's a director of the coaching or whatever.
Mike Greenwood
spoke very highly. Yeah.
Mike Greenwood was the instigator of netball in the Northwest.
Yeah.
He was a phenomenal coach, and he got it off the ground, especially in Oldham. He started it all off, and it's escalated from his roots. He was phenomenal.
He always spoke highly of her when we. I mean, he used to play rugby with his 2 lads, and Barry and Mike, and lovely man, like Mike. He was a lovely fella.
Well, Tiff, she did the Halifax advert with Top Gun.
Yeah.
And she still did the odd voiceover, and she still goes for auditions, but she's bringing 2 girls up. So, if she goes for an audition, she won't do a program that's like she has to be away for 2 or 3 days. She won't do it anymore, and probably until the girls have grown up a bit, and then she'll probably get into it again full time.
Yeah. No, I loved Brookside. Then that's the only Scouts thing I ever liked.
Gotta run now, guys. Sorry for interrupting the chat. It's quite late here, so
they turn the electric off in Bulgaria. They not turn your electric off again, have they, Alex?
Actually, last week when I finished the podcast, I actually lost the electricity.
Yeah.
Good story.
So, right. Thanks for joining us, Chappie. It's been an absolute pleasure. It really is. We could actually speak to you all night. I think we have anyway, haven't we? Pretty much.
Yeah, probably.
Honestly, so
at least here.
Just listening to some of the things, it's a great insight. And as I say, it's City's loss, you not actually being there at the moment.
Well, thank you. I mean, I've enjoyed it. It's been a pleasure. I've a lot more stories. So whenever you want to invite me again, I'll be willing to.
Yeah, I think we should do a regular thing.
Whatever.
No.
Yeah. Will I get paid?
I'm sure you're breaking up, Les. You're breaking up there, Les. We didn't hear that last bit. Paid. Did you say?
He says, "Is he getting paid?" Let's just ask the audience.
Thanks very much.
Thanks very much, guys.
Good night, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye-bye.